when the Warriors acquired Kelly Oubre, his contract was like 18 million or 20 million or whatever it was, but it cost the Warriors like $80 million to roster him.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
Insane.
Absolutely crazy.
I'm no Drew Down, but I believe that's accurate.
Yeah.
It was something absurd.
Damian Barling here for the handoff.
I am here.
It was a ridiculous amount of money for Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Who didn't impact a lot of winning.
And the number, like Tom
Kelly
L.
Oubre.
throws it out here, like the luxury tax has been about 21.5% above whatever the salary cap is since 2018-19. It's an arbitrary number that's put out there. It's based off of basketball related income and a percentage of that. And it's just a way to tell teams, hey, this is where you should stop spending.
Yeah.
And then some teams are like, nope, I'm
Keep
going
spending. Yeah.
going for it.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Happy Friday.
Indeed.
Of all of
Absolutely.
your outfits, this jacket, I think, is my favorite one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I keep track. I have power rankings in my head.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. This actively black jacket is very, very popular.
It's
It makes me
incredible.
happy.
Good. I'm glad. Pacers Knicks tonight. You're just in time.
Oh, I'm excited.
5 o'clock
Yo,
right here on ESPN
yeah,
1320.
No, I'm legit excited for this game. I hate that it's starting at 5, but I have stuff to do. I'm still on the air, so I won't get to enjoy it
Sure.
like I would if it started at 7 or whatever. But yeah, I was bummed this game wasn't on last night. I'm legitimately excited for this game. I do not know what to expect. I don't think we'll see what we saw last night, but we already have seen that in this series, so who knows?
We were just talking about this at the top. I've tried to figure out what you're going to get from Tyrese Haliburton night in and night out.
Yeah.
And I feel like, it's game 6, back against the wall. You're at home. You're probably going to get a good version of the Pacers. Probably, hopefully, maybe.
The numbers say you will. The
Mhm.
numbers say you'll get a good version of Tyrese Haliburton. Like Kenny caused a stir the other day by asking if Tyrese was a role player. But
it's a great question.
There was a reason he asked it, and we, it kind of it launched into a greater discussion. And it was the old adage about the way you play on the road versus the way you play at home, and how well role players play at home versus the way that they play on the road. And Tyrese's numbers are really good at home and they're ass on the road. And it's like, bro, you can't be that. Like, you're 1A on this team. Like, and he's, he's going to learn. And I think my concern with him was, at least as it regards to that stat, is he has the tendency to like fall back. He did that a lot during the season, and that is a lifelong tendency. He told us on this show that people have asked him to shoot more his entire career. He told us in press conferences. His dad told us on this radio station that he's been telling him to shoot more. It's a thing that he refused to do in Sacramento. He started to do it when the Indiana trade happened. And now you just kind of see these like off and ons with his willingness to shoot. And like Stan Van last game, like, why is he passing the ball in midair at the rim?
Insane.
And you need points. Like, you're right there to get points, and you chose to go something else. You're a great distributor. You're a great passer. You're a great point guard. Your team needs points, and you're right there to give it to them, but you get rid of the ball. And that's something that I don't know if his personality, he's the type of person who needs to be reminded to do something, or if it's just so against his nature that it's difficult for him.
Weird.
Well, it makes you wonder, though, because, I mean, the Kings have Sabonis, who does the same thing.
Yep.
Like, there are plenty of times where, like, man, your team needs 30 from you tonight, and all you got is 22 because you don't try to go get the extra.
Because you got 12 assists.
4 shots, yeah. And then, but it also brings you to the question about Keegan Murray. Like, will Keegan ever be a player that you don't have to ask him all the time? You know what I mean? It's like I have children. Like, you ask them to do certain chores. Some of them they do, and some of them they don't. And some of them is like, I shouldn't still have to ask somebody to take the trash out. It's like one of the few jobs you have. Every time you walk by the trash, you should be checking on it. I still have to ask. And so you're always wondering, is it going to be that? Or are you going to have to sit there and, like, Keegan Murray's first quarter, I need you to score more?
I think it's a personality quirk.
Yeah.
Because I always use the example of Jesse. Jesse has been molded into like a radio producer by us. And he's like, I asked Jesse to do something once and he does it every day.
Mhm.
Like he didn't, hey, can you do this again today? He does it every single day. Like that's his personality. He doesn't need to be, hey, Jesse, don't forget to do this. Hey, Jesse, can you do this? 2 weeks later, Jesse, hey, I need you to. No, I asked him to do it once and all right, that's what I'm going to do now. And I just think that's his personality. He's going to go do what he has to do. Some people will fall back and allow the, the picture to be painted a little bit before they throw their color on it.
Yeah. It would be one thing if he was passing to not Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nemhard.
Yeah.
Not that those guys are bad players. I think but they're not like, hey, we need a bit. The Knicks are on a 10-0 run.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is cooking. We need a bucket. That's you, dog. It's gonna be you. You have to do that.
And they shouldn't have to go out and get another 1A. Like
1,000%, dude.
They went out and got Siakam. Like, how many more do you need? You already got Miles. Like,
they have a good team.
Yes.
And this is where, it's an interesting thing watching them and watching Dallas. Those are two teams that, there wasn't a massive overhaul in Indiana like there was in Dallas. And maybe it's a bit of a stretch to call it a massive overhaul, but they did get a lot of really important pieces. And they have been able in the flow of the season and postseason to change the way that they've played. They've had some of their most impressive wins since the trade deadline in the last handful of weeks. Indiana doesn't have that signature yet. And I'm not going to discredit them beating the Bucks, but it is what it is. Like Dame was gone. Giannis was gone. Like
it's a valid series victory.
Absolutely.
But we're not penciling in the Pacers as like, oh, wow.
But there was,
go to the second or third round every year.
There was nothing in that series that made me look like, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
We didn't learn anything.
Nah. And I can still learn something this series from by the Pacers with the Knicks. We could learn something tonight, but I have no idea what to expect. I need to see something from New York on the road too.
Yeah, definitely. We have like 30 seconds. Are you in on the Timberwolves moving forward? Not necessarily in this playoffs. Like they could lose game 7, but I was very skeptical of the Timberwolves as like a factor over the next couple of years. They showed me something last night.
Really? Yeah. No, I'm in on the Timberwolves. Yeah. I wasn't in October.
Yeah, right. Same.
I started to come around as the season went along, and it was like, all right, there's something here. And then by the end, the final quarter of the season, it was like, all right, this is what like national media and the people who cover with the Timberwolves, this is what they've been talking about for the last 2 years. It's finally here, and we're finally seeing it. And it was absolutely on full display last night against Denver.
All right, very good. James, great job today. We will see you on Monday for the Insiders at 10 a.m. D'Lo and KC coming up next. I usually ask you guys what you got coming up. I am.
You. I have you. It's me and you.
12:15. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just me and you today?
Just me and you.
Oh,
like
okay.
Tony.
Oh,
James,
great.
you know that song, right? Boys in the Hood soundtrack?
Sure.
Perfect. That's our show, everybody. D'Lo and KC next on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Leader.